Survival games are my favorite genre, but they have one big problem. Most of them are too easy. 1 year later. So it's almost been a year since the first episode to this series, and I'm interested to see how much my opinion has changed from going from PS5 all the way over to PC. Do I still think these games are impossible, or has my opinion completely changed? Let's find out. So we have 27 games here that I have to look at all in this one episode. So I'm going to be going through these games pretty fast. I hope you're ready. Now let's not waste any time. The first game up is Ark Survival Ascended. So moving from PS5 all the way to PC, I have to say this game has gotten a lot easier, not harder for me, because you can actually play some of these modded servers and the lag isn't nearly as bad. Don't get me wrong, Ark Survival Evolved and Ascended both have absolutely terrible performance, but honestly on PC at least it's a little bit better, because on PS5 it's just so bad. Now around this time last year I put this game into the very hard tier along with Ascended, so you know what, we're gonna kill two birds with one stone here. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm not basing these games based on your first experience. I'm basing these games on where I am now personally whenever I play these games, and honestly this game has gotten a lot easier, and even if you pick up this game you can understand that after a couple hours of gameplay. So I put it into the very hard. I'm gonna put it into the difficult tier. I honestly don't think it's as bad. Up next is Valheim. I put this into the difficult tier as well, and honestly my opinion on this game has changed a lot. So I played this on my PC and I have to say I don't know what I was thinking. This game is actually a lot more difficult than I thought. One of the complaints I said about this game was the performance and the gameplay was pretty bad on PS5, but on PC it's a lot better. And I have to say this game does get very hard, so I think I'm just going to make this one quick. I'm going to put it into the this is getting hard now tier. I think that perfectly sums this up. Dayz, if you've been watching the channel for a bit, you know this is definitely my favorite survival game out of all these survival games. I played this on PC now, and I also played this with mods, and you can add mods into the game to make the game easier and harder. I have to say Dayz, it's going up to the very top. And to sum it up really quickly, the reason why that is because you can be walking on the street and you get shot in the back of your head for literally no reason. So that's why Dayz is basically impossible, because you cannot guarantee survival at all at any point in the game. Now up next, the Long Dark. My opinion on this has definitely changed as well. So I had the Long Dark down pretty low in the very hard tier, and honestly I think after playing this on my PC I kind of understand how hard this game truly is. Comparing it to some of these other games that I have played, I've actually had one of the worst times playing the Long Dark. It is very, very challenging. The Long Dark has gone past very hard at the very bottom of very hard, and it's going to go up to impossible. Now Green Hell, originally I put this into the impossible tier, which I honestly think is crazy. I've played this a little bit more, and from the position I am now, honestly the only hard thing about this game is the very start when you're trying to learn everything. But once you play longer than a couple hours, the Green Hell actually isn't bad at all. And I had it in impossible tier, and then in my last episode I put it down into the very hard tier, and it's gonna go down again. I'm gonna put it into the this is getting hard now. Don't get me wrong, the Green Hell is still very challenging, but once you kind of know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna put it into the this is getting hard now tier. I think that perfectly sums it up. Up next, Project Zomboid, the best PC game, because you can't even play this on PS5 or any console. I had to play this on my old desktop, which was absolutely terrible. But now that I have it on PC, I have to say not only is this one of my favorite survival games, it's up there with Dayz. It is honestly just so hard, and I don't know what some of you guys are talking about, how this game is a little bit easier. Yeah, maybe after 10,000 hours, but I'm definitely not there. So I'm putting it up into the impossible tier, and I'm gonna put it past the Long Dark. I think the Long Dark is gonna go around near the bottom of the impossible tier. We still have a lot more games to look at, so I'm gonna try and speed things up a little bit. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a speed run. So Sons of the Forest and The Forest, both with the same games. They have a sequel, which is Sons of the Forest, and I still think The Forest is more difficult than Sons of the Forest, and honestly for the same reason I think both of these games deserve to go into the this is getting hard now tier as well. I put these in the same tier last time and my opinion hasn't really changed. Up next, Rafts. Some of you guys really disagreed with me. I had it in the very easy tier, and I don't know what you guys are talking about, because you guys are saying this game is a little bit more difficult, but I don't think it is. I think this game is very, very easy. Once you make your raft and you're established, it's kind of just a chill, smooth sailing game, and I'm gonna change very easy into can't even die, because I haven't died once while playing this game. I genuinely think Raft is at the very bottom of this tier list. Don't Starve Together, another absolutely amazing, really, really hard game. And last time I put it into the impossible tier. My opinion on it has changed a little bit. I still think it's very, very hard, and like the whole starving factor is very, very difficult. But now that I know what I'm kind of doing, and especially Don't Starve Together, when you have another friend to help you, I'm putting it into the very hard tier. I'm sure this hurt a lot of you guys watching. Now next up, Stranded Deep. Some of you guys didn't even realize this game because honestly, not a lot of people have played this game, and it's honestly, comparing to these other survival games, it's not a great game. I really just don't really like Stranded Deep. It's all right. The graphics are just so bad. I put it in around This Is Getting Hard now last time, and I think it's gone down a lot, honestly. I'd say this game is mildly difficult. I'll put it at the very bottom of the difficult tier. Next up, the goated Terraria. I had this originally in very hard, then I moved it down to This Is Getting Hard now, and I think I'm gonna go right back up. Honestly, this game is very, very difficult. Obviously, once you have the right loot and you actually get the good stuff, it is a bit easier, and I think Terraria has gone from This Is Getting Hard now to very hard, and it's gonna go right back into very hard. I don't think it's as hard as Don't Starve Together. I think it deserves to sit right there, right behind it. Now up next, one of my favorite games of all time, Subnautica, and last time I put this in the difficult tier, and I'm gonna put it down one more. I think Subnautica is very easy, okay? Once you know what you're doing, this game is kind of hard to die. Now you still can die because, don't get me wrong, the Leviathans are out for you at all times, but once you know what you're doing, it's kind of easy to avoid them. Once you know where they can spawn and where they can live. Honestly, the hardest thing about this game is just trying not to shit yourself when you're playing, because the amount of times I've been scared playing this game still to this day. But I think Subnautica overall, it's safe to say, guys, it's very easy. Now next up, Below Zero. I have to say this game is also very easy, and it's not as easy as Subnautica because there's barely any Leviathans in Below Zero. Once again, I don't want to go on another tangent, but Below Zero is one of the most disappointing games ever. Let's hope Subnautica 2 is so much better, and also pay the developers, okay? Pay the people that are actually working the game. But anyways, next up, some people got really mad about this, which is RL Craft, which isn't actually Minecraft. It's a mod for Minecraft. And if you guys have watched my channel, I have a full channel dedicated just for Minecraft. It's called Shocker Minecraft. I'll put it up on the screen now. So if you guys want to see any Minecraft videos, mostly Minecraft horror, you can click there and have a look at that. But honestly, you guys got a little bit mad about this because RL Craft, I get it isn't actually a standalone game, but I do think this game can be a standalone game because it's just so different to vanilla Minecraft. And after playing this, especially after the Dragora update, it's still impossible. It's still really, really hard. If you can get a really, really lucky start and you can kind of progress nicely, it's not as bad. But overall, RL Craft is so hard, man. It's going into the impossible tier. Next up, Palworld. This game honestly really fell off. I don't think many people are talking about this game anymore. I think it is a class game. In terms of difficulty, just playing the game normally, it's not hard at all. But once you fight a boss, it's honestly just a time limit. Trying to kill the boss in the time that's given to you is the hardest thing about this game. And just that one singular element by itself, I think this game deserves to go up into the This Is Getting Hard now. Last time I put Palworld into the difficult tier, but I think it's actually deserves to go up a little bit because I didn't realize how hard these bosses are in the game. Now up next is No Man's Sky. I put this into the very easy tier last time, and I think my opinion on this one has changed as well, surprisingly. It is honestly just so chill. It's really just a chill game. I'm gonna put it into the Can't Even Die tier. Conan Exiles, honestly, I just don't get this game, guys. Some of you guys really love this game, and respect to you. I've tried to play this game so many times, it just crashes. It just crashes. I don't know what to say to you. I can't even play this game. I guess it's kind of difficult. When I was playing, I did die like a few times. Put it right back in the difficult tier. I put it there as well last time. Up next, Rust. I'm sure a lot of you guys are waiting for me to rank this one again, and my opinion on this one is a little bit different, I'd say. I had it in the impossible tier last time. I basically had it like this. I had Rust in the third impossible tier, and I think I'm going to change that slightly. I think Rust deserves to go in front of Project Zomboid, okay? The community is so toxic. You can die so easily. Your base can be raided, and unless you're like a pro player where you can hit every single bow shot, this game's going to be very, very difficult, especially people camping with Thompsons up on their base. Rust is a rough experience. If you leave for an hour to eat something and you come back, everything could be gone. Rust, I think, deserves to go in front of Project Zomboid. Now, Vintage Story. Thankfully, this game isn't a mod to Minecraft. It's heavily inspired by Minecraft, but it is its own game now. I put this into the very hard tier, and I think I'm going to agree with myself here. I think it deserves to go maybe in front of Terraria, and it deserves to go right beside Don't Starve Together. Another game that has massively fallen off is 7 Days to Die. I really don't hear much about this game anymore, and it hasn't been getting that many updates. My opinion on this one has changed a lot, okay? I did say this one was pretty hard. I put it into the This Is Getting Hard now tier, and my opinion has changed a good bit. I think this game deserves to go into difficult tier. This is really interesting to see, like, the development development of these games. Most of these games have aged pretty well, but Scum is one of those games that has not aged well. I haven't heard a single word, a single thing about this game since that last video. I genuinely haven't. I don't know if this game is fully released now. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I had Scum in the very hard tier, and I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, there is that aspect where you can get killed at any reason, so I think it does deserve to stay in that same space, but I haven't really had a chance to play it more because no one really talks about this game. I genuinely forgot this game existed on this tier list. Put it into the very hard again, I guess. Now up next, easily one of the best, if not the best game of all time. It is Minecraft. Now some people are saying it's not a survival game, it's more of a sandbox, which is true. It is a survival game slash sandbox. It's a sandbox game with survival game elements, so I think that does count. And Minecraft Vanilla, some of you guys disagreed with me, which I just think is crazy. I think this is the easiest game on this list, at the very, very top of Can't Even Die. It's very, very hard to die in vanilla Minecraft. Now, another controversial one, Escape from Tarkov. You guys didn't really agree with this one either. It's more of an extraction shooter, which I do understand, but it does kind of have survival game elements. I kind of just put it in there, and I don't think my opinion has changed that much. I had it in the very, very bottom, which I do think it is right there. I do think it deserves to go behind Terraria now, because this game is still very hard, you know, extraction shooter. You get into a lot of gunfights. It's basically based on your skill, if you survive or not. Now, next up is Grounded, and this game is actually pretty hyped up right now because Grounded 2 is coming out soon. Last time I put this into the difficult tier, and I have to say I do think a little bit differently. It's a little bit difficult. I'll put it at the very, very bottom of difficult. And next up is another game heavily inspired by Minecraft. Minecraft is just generational. Last time I looked at this game, I had a little bit of breadth. There was still a few videos, a little bit going on with it, but now it's just completely dead. It's back in our memories to never be remembered ever again. And I'll make this one quick, okay? I put it into the difficult tier. I still think this game is pretty easy. I'm going to put it into the bottom of very easy. So here we go. This is the tier list after nearly an entire year since the last one. Some things has definitely changed, especially in the impossible tier. I still think Dayz is the hardest game out of all these games, but Rust is right behind it, and Project Zomboid up there as well. The Long Dark has got a massive shot up. There's some other small things as well that I have changed, like maybe a tier up or a tier down. So my opinion has definitely changed over the course of a year. It's very interesting to see these games as well, and with their longevity. Have these games fallen off, or are they still blooming? Some of these games have definitely fallen off and definitely lost some of their fan base, but it's safe to say majority of these games are still pretty relevant to this day. But thank you guys for watching the entire video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been nearly a year, and don't forget to check out the Shoko Minecraft channel if you want to see some more Minecraft content. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.